this Rebecca Romaine thing? Rebecca Romaine says she's not sure if she's finished filming her scenes for Avengers Doomsday. Not sure they haven't finished. Right? Oh, ugh. That's a that's a statement. I'm not sure, man. They haven't even finished that script. They could call me tomorrow. All right, well, actually, that is part of what we're about to talk about, some Avengers Doomsday. So you just saw, starting off here, Rebecca Romaine with talking about stuff with Avengers Doomsday. She's officially set to be in the movie, but right now, which is really my biggest concern with this film, they are filming the movie and making it without a finished script. Bro, please still be good. Please cook, because Fantastic Four I thought was really good, was so excellent. It still has its issues and its little problems, but to me it was a really good solid return to form for Marvel. And if they have a quality like that for Doomsday, it's gonna be great. Hearing them say Michael Waldron's still writing the script, actors don't even know what they're doing next because they haven't finished it, and the movie's being filmed right now. Oh, dude. Okay. Don't be surprised when Doomsday gets delayed again. I'm telling you. We'll see. We'll see though. Aside from that, though, there have been some reports. Starting off with like Thor, which I thought was interesting with Thor in Doomsday. So it says we got a report here saying that Thor will actually be the second lead in Doomsday. Thor's second. Let me see if I can find that tweet. It says here Chris Hemsworth Thor will reportedly be the second lead in Avengers Doomsday. That's pretty big because I think we're still wondering who is the main member for Avengers Doomsday. I know there was that report that people were misreading that Reed Richards was the leader for Doomsday. I cannot tell you how far that story spread. In fact, whenever I went to go see Fantastic Four, I was waiting to go in the theater, and there was an AMC employee. He's like, "You go watch Fantastic Four?" Yeah, I'm not sure about Pedro though. I don't like that he's the new leader of the Avengers. And I'm like, what? What are you what are you talking about? Apparently, it was a miscommunication when director Matt Shackman was talking about how great of a character Reed Richards is, that he's even led the Avengers in the comics, and people misinterpreted that to say he's the leader in the new Avengers when he's not. I'm sure he's going to lead a team and lead the Fantastic Four and do something good in Doomsday, but he is not the leader or the main character. Having Thor be the second lead, I think, does work really well. One, he's the biggest legacy character we have continuing on that isn't Robert Downey Jr. Chris Evans, which we still don't know how much time they have. Also, they have confirmed Tom Hiddleston is back, right? He was in the chair video. Tom Hiddleston is back, and he's going to be a huge part about the multiverse because he's like controlling the timeline and the TVA and all that. And we saw there was a set video that leaked the other day with Chris Hemsworth's stunt double who was on the set of the TVA where Loki's just sitting at that chair. Thor is very important, and him being a second lead, I think, works, and that definitely makes sense. I don't know if Spider-Man is the lead. I think Spider-Man will for sure play a big part, and he'll do all that. But two things. One, we remember there was reports that Spider-Man might not even be in Avengers Doomsday. Remember, there isn't a role written for him. It's kind of a Civil War situation where if they can figure out how he'll be in the movie, they'll lock in a deal and put him in. But they have a version of Doomsday without Spider-Man. So that lets me know Spider-Man's part in Doomsday is so minor and small, it could be put in or taken out of the movie. From the reports we last heard, they're finding a way to put him in, but Spider-Man is not going to be the lead of Doomsday. So that makes me wonder who then is the main character? Who is the lead? I would have said someone like Black Panther T'Challa, but he's not here in this series. Doctor Strange, maybe? I feel like he could be. Sam Wilson, I would like to believe it, but I would think with like kind of not the failure of his movie, but when not the biggest box office return, is that someone they want just because he has the shield? I wouldn't mind it. I'd be okay with it. But Thor being a second lead, I think does work. Then we have to talk about all the Robert Downey Jr. teases because Robert Downey has been so happy to just be part of this movie. He's taking photos behind the scenes every day. So this is one of the first ones he took a photo of just the other day, showed off this comic of the West Coast Avengers with Doctor Doom on the cover. And this was a funny situation because a lot of the actual comic readers, which I'm not going to lie, your boy is a casual reader. He picks up comics on certain characters and certain storylines, usually the mainstream stuff. But the hardcore comic book fans instantly knew this story in this comic, and it turns out Doctor Doom actually isn't even in this story. It's a story about Doom sending out his bots and they are there fighting Avengers, trying to figure out their weaknesses for then actual Doctor Doom to come in. So it's basically a story where Doctor Doom isn't actually Doctor Doom, which might be a hint to stuff going down in this movie, because I still wonder if Robert Downey Jr. is going to be the definitive Doctor Doom, or he's a variant, or there's some more explanation to it, and they'll cast an actual Doctor Doom down the line. I'm still kind of in disbelief with that. But he had that photo. Then he put another photo here today of these two comics, Secret Wars, which we all know that's coming, and this issue, Iron Man Legacy of Doom. I tried Googling and going into the story of this comic book storyline. Apparently, it's a flashback of a battle Iron Man has with Doctor Doom that he forgot about. I don't see much of how this story could be implemented into Avengers Doomsday other than the fact that Doom and Iron Man fight. I feel like that is something that's got to happen. If you have evil Tony Stark Doctor Doom variant, you should also have regular hero Iron Man tussling with Doctor Doom. I feel like that's got to happen. That'd be a thing to do in there. So all is to say, it's very interesting. Yes, he said RDJ might not be the main Doctor Doom. Chris, head to the Cosmic Wonder, please, for more information. I love and respect Cosmic Wonder. It's also the type of stuff where they bring out every Reddit rumor, every Reddit report. I like to filter through the stuff that seems legit and doesn't seem, no disrespect to him, but like talking about every rumor that could happen. So with this, I think it's just RDJ showing how excited he is. I think even with Fantastic Four, there's not much of a hint what they're doing with Doctor Doom. That's not even to give away any spoilers. The Galactus is the villain there. So we're really not going to know much about this Doctor Doom until the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday. Because although we're getting Spider-Man Brand New Day, I doubt there's any Doctor Doom mention or tease in that. There's no way there is. So we're still pretty much in the dark, and it's kind of interesting, this stuff. People have noted there's a lot of like West Coast Avenger things like that going on. So we'll see if that happens. Dr. Doom in there. There's a new Anthony Mackie quote. He says, the fun part is RDJ was such an integral part of the beginning of my career at Marvel. It's great to have him back and continue the legacy he built in the MCU. That storyline I was talking about, yes, it does have Mephisto in that comic. That Legacy of Doom story I was just showing you, Mephisto is a character in it. They just introduced Mephisto and Ironheart. I would honestly hate it if they go from introducing Mephisto and Ironheart to then just putting him in Doomsday. That's the thing I just don't love with Marvel, and these little teases and builds up that go nowhere. Plus, Mephisto already with all the other characters confirmed, way too much going on. Way too much going on. So, I don't know. We'll see. But the West Coast Avenger does definitely seem like an angle, because every time Robert Downey Jr. posts a picture, it is always a West Coast Avenger comic. So, it's kind of intriguing that that's what they are deciding to do. What was the other thing I was trying to talk about with that? Let me see. Oh, no, that might be it. So we'll see what happens. If you guys want to talk more or hear my theories based on the Fantastic Four post-credit scene and spoilers, spoiler review is up, and you can just timestamp skip to the part where I talk about my theories and thoughts, because I do... Although there's not a lot of setting up, I think there are some story beats that could carry over in the future, but we'll see what ends up happening. So you guys let me know what happens there.